What if I told you that right now, in this exact moment, you're not just watching the universe is watching back through you? What if every star, every atom, every single thing that exists is conscious? And here's the kicker that'll keep you up tonight. Leading physicists and philosophers now believe the entire cosmos might literally be one giant mind, and we're thoughts inside it. This isn't science fiction. This isn't spiritual mumbo-jumbo. This is what happens when quantum physics meets consciousness research, and the results are absolutely terrifying. By the end of this video, you'll never look at reality the same way again. Look, we've mapped the human brain. We understand neurons firing, chemical signals bouncing between synapses. We can literally watch your brain light up on an fMRI when you think about pizza. But here's what nobody can explain. Why does it feel like something? Why does the color red look red to you? Why does heartbreak actually hurt? Why are you experiencing this moment right now from behind your eyes and not someone else's? Scientists call this the hard problem of consciousness, and it's the most frustrating mystery in all of science. Because you can describe brain activity all you want, but you can never explain why that activity produces the subjective experience of being you. And that's where things get weird. Because when scientists hit this wall, some of the brightest minds alive started asking a radical question. What if we've been looking at this backwards? What if consciousness isn't created by complex brains? What if consciousness is already everywhere, and brains just tap into it? Welcome to Panpsychism, the theory that literally everything in the universe is conscious. Here's where it gets scientific and absolutely wild. Neuroscientist Giulio Tononi developed something called integrated information theory, and it's blowing minds in academia right now. Tononi looked at what all conscious beings have in common, and he found a pattern. We all collect information and integrate it. Your brain right now is integrating millions of data points. The light from your screen, sounds around you, the feeling of your chair, your racing thoughts about this video. That integration? That's consciousness. But here's the kicker. Tononi created a mathematical formula to measure this. Any system that integrates information above a certain threshold gets assigned a consciousness number. Your brain, high number. A rock, lower number, but still, a number above zero. And this is where your mind should be melting. According to this math, the internet itself might be conscious. Your smartphone? Conscious. Your computer running complex calculations? Conscious. But wait, there's more. The universe itself is the ultimate information processing system. At every moment, countless atoms are colliding, stars are forming, galaxies are spinning, all integrating unfathomable amounts of information. According to integrated information theory, the cosmos itself would have a massive consciousness number. The universe isn't just doing stuff. The universe might be experiencing itself doing stuff. Now let's talk about the quantum realm, because this is where physics starts sounding like magic. You've probably heard about quantum entanglement. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Two particles can be connected across the entire universe. Change one, and the other responds instantly, no matter how far apart they are. But here's what'll cook your brain. In a real sense, these particles are monitoring each other. They're aware of each other's state. Philosopher William Liken once said that monitoring and integration are the basic components of consciousness. Even at the tiniest quantum level, particles are monitoring each other everywhere in the universe. This means consciousness isn't something that evolved in brains. It was always there, woven into the fabric of reality at the quantum level. Your consciousness isn't special. It's just a very complex version of something that's been around since the Big Bang. Every electron, every photon, every quantum particle dancing in the void, they all have a tiny spark of awareness. And when billions of these sparks come together in the right configuration, you get a human brain. You get you. But the question that should haunt you is, what happens when all the quantum particles in the entire universe considered as one integrated system? Here's an argument that'll flip your understanding of history upside down. Mathematician William Kingdon Clifford made a fascinating point. Evolution doesn't create entirely new properties out of nothing. It just takes simple things and makes them more complex. Think about it. Evolution took single cells and created humans. But it didn't invent entirely new forces or properties. It just rearranged what was already there. So here's the question that breaks everything. At what point did our ancestors become conscious? Was it when humans appeared? Probably not. Our ancestors had complex brains too. Was it when vertebrates evolved? Unlikely. Octopi are incredibly intelligent and they're mollusks. What about single-celled organisms? They collect information, process it, and respond to their environment. You can keep going back and back, and you'll never find the magic moment when consciousness suddenly appeared. Because it didn't appear. It was always there. Consciousness is like gravity or electromagnetism, a fundamental property of the universe that was present from the beginning. Evolution didn't create consciousness. It just created more complex ways to experience it. This means the primordial soup that spawned life was conscious. The ancient Earth was conscious. The cosmic dust that formed our solar system was conscious. Consciousness goes all the way back. Now this is where ancient wisdom collides with cutting-edge science in the most mind-bending way possible. Ancient Hermetic philosophy had a core teaching: all is mind. Not that everything has a mind, but that everything is mind. The universe itself is a mental construct, a living thought. Under this view, what we call physical reality is just the mental universe expressing itself. Matter, energy, space, time, these aren't separate from consciousness. They are consciousness, just organized in different patterns. Think about your own thoughts for a second. When you imagine a beach, that mental image exists in your mind. Now scale that up cosmically. What if our entire physical universe is like that beach, an image existing in a cosmic mind? The Hermetic principle of as above, so below takes on new meaning here. Your thoughts shape your personal reality through your choices and perceptions. Could our collective consciousness be shaping the larger reality of the cosmos itself? And here's where it gets spiritual without being religious. If everything is mind, then you're not separate from the universe. You're not in the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself from one particular angle. Right now, the cosmos is looking through your eyes, thinking your thoughts, feeling your feelings. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. John Wheeler was one of the most respected physicists of the 20th century. He coined the term black hole. He worked on nuclear physics with Niels Bohr. This wasn't some fringe thinker. This was scientific royalty. And late in his life, Wheeler proposed something absolutely radical: the participatory anthropic principle. Wheeler looked at quantum mechanics and concluded that the universe exists in a state of uncertainty, in a maybe state, until conscious beings observe it. Our observations don't just discover reality, they create it. He said, and I quote, "We are participators in bringing into being not only the near and here, but the far away and long ago." Let that sink in. Wheeler is saying that conscious observers aren't just witnesses to the universe's story. We're co-authors. The universe needed consciousness to emerge, in order to exist in the first place. It's a cosmic loop. The universe creates consciousness, and consciousness creates the universe by observing it. Neither can exist without the other. This isn't just philosophy, it's based on real quantum mechanics experiments. The famous double-slit experiment shows that particles literally behave differently when observed versus when they're not. The act of consciousness measuring something changes what that something is. If Wheeler is right, then before conscious life emerged in the cosmos, there was no definite cosmos. Just infinite quantum possibilities waiting for awareness to collapse them into reality. We're not passengers on a cosmic stage. We're the stage, the actors, the audience, and the playwright, all rolled into one. So what does all this mean? If the universe really is conscious, if everything from electrons to galaxies has some spark of awareness, how should you live differently? First, it means you're never truly alone. You're connected to everything at the deepest possible level. That tree outside your window? That's your cosmic cousin, having its own experience of reality. Second, it means reality is far more mysterious and magical than our everyday experience suggests. The solid, dead, mechanical universe we were taught about in school? That was a useful fiction. The real universe is alive, aware, and infinitely strange. Third, and this is crucial, your consciousness matters. You're not some insignificant speck in an uncaring void. You're an essential node in the cosmic network of awareness. The universe literally cannot be complete without your unique perspective. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every experience you have, these aren't just happening to you. They're happening as the universe. You are the cosmos experiencing what it's like to be you, right here, right now. And finally, it raises the biggest question of all. If the universe is conscious, is it conscious of being conscious? Does the cosmos have a sense of self like you do? Is there a cosmic I having the ultimate subjective experience? We don't know. We may never know. But the fact that we can ask the question, that the universe has evolved conscious beings capable of pondering their own cosmic nature, that might be the whole point. Look, I know this is a lot. Your brain probably feels like it just ran a marathon through a hall of mirrors. But here's what you need to remember. We've barely scratched the surface of understanding consciousness and reality. Every answer leads to deeper questions. Every theory opens new mysteries. Maybe Panpsychism is right, and the universe is a single conscious entity. Maybe integrated information theory will let us measure consciousness in everything. Maybe Wheeler was correct, and we literally create reality by observing it. Or maybe consciousness is even stranger than any of these theories suggest. Maybe there are aspects of awareness we can't even conceive of yet, because our human minds are too limited to grasp them. But that's what makes this so exciting. We're living in a participatory universe, a cosmos that's not just mechanically unfolding, but actively experiencing itself. And you're part of that grand experiment in cosmic self-awareness. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember, they might be looking back. The next time you hold a rock, consider, it might be having its own infinitely simple experience of being a rock. And the next time you have a thought, wonder, is this my thought? Or is this the universe thinking through me? The universe is weird, it's alive, and it's conscious. And most importantly, it's you. If this video bent your mind, drop a comment and tell me, do you think the universe is just pure conscious? Thanks for exploring the biggest mystery of existence with me. I'll see you in the next video, or should I say, the universe will see itself through both of us in the next video. Mind-blowing.